All right, so these are the 3.2 notes. 3.1 was a type of transformation, reflections. 3.2 is translation. So what is a translation? It's a transformation that maps points from a pre-image the same distance and directions to its image or new image, right? So you can see it says a translation. So this is the notation we're going to use, right? Your X tells you left or right. Right, negative is left, positive is right. And then your Y, right, tells you down if negative or up if positive. Okay? So you're translating an X and Y of triangle ABC to get your A prime, B prime, C prime triangle. Okay, and these are rigid motions, right? This is one of the three rigid motions. You can see they have the same orientation. Um, they're the same distance away, and they're also the same length and same size. So we'll jump into an example. Right, we have translation of 7 comma negative 4. So our x is 7, so we're going to write 7, right? And then we have a negative 4, so we're going down 4. So we're going to do this for all of them. Okay? So there's different ways to do this. You could point out the points of our pre-image, and then you could add 7 to the x value and subtract 4 to it, or you can use the graph. We have the graph, right? So let's look. So we have E, right? We have E right here, and we're going to go up 7. Sorry, to the right 7. So let me write this in a different. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then down 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So E prime has moved to the right 7 and down 4. Same thing for F prime. And then G prime right here. And then you can make your new triangle right here. Okay. So and kind of to notate what we're doing, right? Like we kind of set up there, right? 7 4 means right 4, right 7, and then down 4. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna I'm gonna have you try it. So you're gonna use same triangle EFG, and what you need to do is translate here, and then just mark the vertices. So tell me what E prime is, where E prime is, where F prime is, right? The X, Y of them, and G prime. Okay, so you'll do that for A and B. So try those. So if you want to use the graph, you can graph them, then write the vertices or the coordinates of them, or you can just mark what EFG is, and then you can add 7 to the X and minus 7 to the Y and get your E prime, F prime, G prime. So these are the solutions right? E prime is at 1, -3, so on and so forth. So you can check. These are just giving you the vertices. But if you graph them, you should be able to see where they are. All right, so now we're going to kind of work backwards. Given our pre-image and image, we're going to figure out which translation rule gave us that new image, given the pre-image. So, all right, what we can do is just take S and S prime. Right, S is at -5, 6, and S prime is at -6, 2. So x plus what and y plus what gives us these things, right? So -5 plus what gives you -6, so -1. And then 6 plus what gives you 2, -4, right? So our rule or our translation, right, would be x minus 1 and y minus 4, which we know to fully write out, it's translation of -1, comma, -4. All right. All right. Now, moving forward is a composition of rigid functions. So this is just a combination of two or more rigid transformations. To get from pre-image to new image. Right, and then we can look at the notation. So we can see this little O means a composition, right? This stands for composition. So the biggest thing is your first step is to do the second part. Okay. Do first. Then our second is what comes before the composition sign. Do second. Okay, that's a big thing to remember. Right? Technically, right, it's saying translate, then do the reflection over the line L. Okay, so make sure you do the second listed transformation first. It's very important to remember. So this example is kind of just like a real world example. It says Kyle moves from position A to B, so goes up 2 to the right 2. So that means a translation of 2, 2. That's for A to B. Then for B to C, to the right 1, down 1. Translate. To the right 1 is 1, and then down 1 is -1. Right? And now when you have two transformations, right, what you're going to do is combine both of them. Sorry, two translations. So we have 2 plus 1 for our x's, and we have 2 plus -1 for our y's. So our translation for the composition of two translations would be 3 for our x, and then 1 for a y. And we can see, right, it goes to the right 3, up 1 to get to our official new image from A to C. Okay, so that's what you kind of do. You combine your directions move for your x's and your y's if you have two translations. So try this one on your own, and then I'll show you your solution. So combine them, and then figure out your full transformation after the composition. So you add the directions for the x's, 1 plus 3, you get 4, and then add the directions for the y's, -2 plus -1, which is -3. So you'd move up 4 into the, to the right 4, and then down 3. Right 4, down 3. All right, now I just kind of created this chart just to kind of show you the exact rules of translation. So, right, when we're adding or we have a positive translation, right, for our x coordinate, we know it goes right. Same for a y, right? If it's positive, we go up. Negative for x, we go left. And then y, we go down if it's negative. All right, pretty easy. Just kind of wanted to point those out. All right, so this example, we're gonna do a composition, and we're actually gonna graph them. So it says graph the points t, 0, 3. So 0, 3 is t. 2, 4, 2, 4 is u. And then v is 5, -1. Okay, so there's our pre-image. It says translate now, -3, -1. So we need to go left 3, and then down 1 for our t prime, u prime, v prime. So left 3. Here's t prime, u prime, left 3, down 1, and v prime, left 3, down 1. Okay. And identify the coordinates. So t prime is at -3, 2. U prime is at -1, 3. Right, and you can see, you can check, right, 0, 3. If you subtract 3, you get -3. 2 minus 1 is 2. So we did these correctly. And then v prime is at 2, -2. Okay. Now we're going to do kind of composition. So it says using the image t prime, u prime, v prime, perform an additional translation. So again, right, now we're going right 3 and down 3. So, and that's from our blue image, our second image we drew. So to the right 3, and then down 3. Oh. So here's t double prime, u double prime is here. Remember, you're going from u prime to that double prime. Okay, you're not going from the original image. Then v prime, right, we're moving from here. We go to the right 3 and down 3. And here's v double prime. Oh gosh. Drawing is not easy on this. Okay. State your new coordinates. T double prime is at 0, -1. U double prime is at 2, 0. And V double prime is at 5, -5. Okay. So, and we can kind of come up with the rule. So we had first a translation of t -3, 1, and t 3, -3. right? So we translated t and then t prime. I'm sorry, the first one should be -3, -1. That's a 1. So we get -3 plus 3 is 0, and -1 plus -3 is -4. And you can see, right, from your original pre-image, the black one, to the red one, all that happened was it went down 4 at the end. All right, here's one more example. This is writing a general rule describing the translation. Right, so what happened from this original to this M, right? So it went up 2, then also went to the right 6. So it went right 6 and up 2. Right, and if you wanted to, you could actually write M is equal to -3, 0, and M prime is equal to 3, 2. And you can see it went Y plus 2 and X plus 6. So our translation is 6, 2 of triangle LMN. Okay, so that's exactly what you want to write in.